Hello everybody! Today I am going to be showing you the recent books that I purchased from Sonlight. I received a big Sonlight box in the mail the other day. It was so exciting. I already opened it and taken the books out of the box. This is not technically an unboxing. I did that so I could have my kids involved in the unboxing process. They are still kind of at the age where they are more excited about the packing material than the books. But it was still a fun process to have them involved in the unboxing, and I wanted to divide it into subjects before I filmed because I purchased the new Sonlight HBL-K and the Sonlight K program, and I knew when I was pulling the books out that I wouldn't know for sure which book went with which of those topics, especially when it's breaking down between the history and the Bible and the literature and the readers. So I wanted to make sure it was all just broken down and organized, and I had kind of a sense of what goes with what for the filming. So I've gotten everything pretty much organized around me. And let's just cue some intro music and then we'll get right into it. So hi. My name is Talia. I love books. I love bandanas. I'm so glad you're at my channel today. I'm a pretty new homeschool mom, so I don't include a lot of homeschool content on my channel. Mostly a booktube channel. Books are my passion. I love the booktube community. But when you get a huge box of books in the mail, you have to share it. So I purchased this year for my daughter who's going to be in first grade and my twin boys who are going to be in kindergarten. I purchased the new Sonlight HBL-K program. Sonlight did a revamp of their level K program this year. Some books switching between levels and some just addition and removals, I believe. So I'm going to show you today what books are included in the HBL-K program that just released this April. And I did swap out the kindergarten readers for first grade readers because my daughter is going to be in first grade. I just figured they would be more useful to her than with the boys because we're doing a different program for language arts that already has readers included, and I just felt like the first grade readers would be a better fit for us at this time. So new HBL-K with level 1 readers, and I also purchased the science level K program. So again, I have those all broken down by topic, and I'm going to show you everything that came in my huge box of stuff. I'll start with books, and then I'll kind of go into like the extra stuff that either came with the program or I purchased it. Sound good? Okay. Let's go. So first, let's go through the history books. I love the history books they chose. I think they're really just a wide variety of topics, and I love that secular and non-secular curriculum is included just so the kids can get like a wide variety of views from all angles. I know like a concern sometimes when you're homeschooling is that they're going to be in this bubble and only think about things a certain way, and I don't want that for my kids. So I love that Sonlight uses a wide variety of curriculum. So first book, the Usborne Children's Encyclopedia. This book is so cool. So it's like an encyclopedia of just all different things in the history of our planet and just tons of different topics. And it has these different QR codes that you can scan. Like here, it's like scan the code for a video about how wind turbines make electricity. So like I just think this book's really fun. Here's another Usborne book, Living Long Ago. So this is kind of like just breaks it down what clothing was like around the world, homes and houses through different time periods, just super cute, super colorful books included. So the HBL-K program, the history part of it is Introduction to World History. So it just gives you like the basic understanding of the world and different cultures in the world. So that was a couple of secular books. We have a couple of Christian-based books. So The Good News Must Go Out. This is true stories of God's work in the Central African Republic. And this by the same author, Return of the White Book, True Stories of God at Work in Southeast Asia. So I love that in addition to secular books, it has Christian books, again, as well, so it all kind of weaves together. So super excited about that. We also have a biography, Out of the Darkness, the story of Louis Braille. So this is about Louis Braille, who was a child who was blind and ended up inventing Braille. So I love how real stories are incorporated into history. I feel like a main problem I had with history growing up was that it was just textbooks, and it was just kind of reading this dry, boring topics that you had to regurgitate facts for tests. And I love that biographies and nonfiction, just like real life stories, is going to be included as well, just to help my kids just really develop a love for history. Also, this book is super cute. It's called Game On in Ancient Greece, the Time Travel Guides. So this is obviously more of like a fantasy. These kids like travel back in time to go and explore ancient Greece. And I think books like this are so fun too, because they're like explore real topics, but with a little bit of magic and whimsical elements into it that just get kids really involved. So yeah, that's the history stuff. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be really fun just sitting with my kids on the couch and reading some of these books and having good questions and talks about it. I think it's going to be wonderful. So next we have the Bible section of the HBLK program, and only 2 things were included. This CD, which is like an ABC Sing the World Bible verse memorization CD. So I don't have a CD player in my house at all, so this will be going in the car. But basically every week of the Sonlight Bible program, there's like a Bible verse to memorize, and there's a song that goes along with it, which I think will be super helpful, because especially at the ages of 5 and 6, which is what my kids will be when we do this program, it can be challenging to get them to sit and just like memorize scripture. We've worked on it a little bit, but I think having a song is so fun, because you can tell them the scripture, and then if you're playing it in the car a couple times, it just kind of can go in subconsciously, and it can be something they hum along. I know a lot of my early Bible verses memorization is from scripture. Like I'll hear a scripture still to this day, and I'll be like humming the song that I learned from when I was little. So I'm super excited about this. And then the book for Bible is the, let's see, how do we say it? Ergermeyer's Bible Storybook. And this is like a storybook. I wonder when this was published, because it has like kind of the old feel, like the older feeling to it. 2007, but I wonder if this was a like revision of it. So anyways, it just has a bunch of Bible stories. A lot of like the main Bible stories of the Bible, like Noah's Ark, Moses, the 10 Commandments, but it goes into a lot more depth too, and uses just language that I think kids would understand easily. So you read a few pages of this a day, and then there's questions that are included in the instructor guide, which I'll get to at the end of this video. So that's your Bible curriculum. Okay, so next is the fun part. Let's slide these books over. This is the literature. So at this age, literature is all read alouds. There's tons of them. There's a variety from like books I read when I was a kid, so going back 30 years or so, and then books that are new, that are, published within the past couple of years, that are new favorites for kids to enjoy. So I'll go through real quickly and show you what was included. So Little House in the Big Woods. I am so excited to read this for my kids. I wanted to start this earlier, but I was like, no, I'm gonna wait and get it with the Sonlight curriculum, because I've known for a while that I was going to purchase Sonlight for this year. So I'm super excited to finally get into Laura Ingalls Wilder. A newer one, Heartwood Hotel, A True Story, A True Home by Kaylee Gorge. This is about a mouse that stumbles across a wondrous hotel and ends up finding a home there. So it sounds super sweet. Franklin Endicott and the Third Key. This is Kate DiCamillo. If you guys don't know Kate DiCamillo, like her earlier, like younger kid writing, the Mercy Watson series is amazing. So my kids love Mercy Watson. It's about this pig that like lives as if it was a human with this couple. Super cute. So we have listened to some of Kate DiCamillo's younger stories for younger readers too, and I am excited to read this one. I think it'll be super cute. Okay, we have A to Z Mysteries, The Missing Mummy by Ron Roy. I don't know much about that, but it looks like it's a mystery where a mummy is missing. Roxy and the Hooligans by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. I do not know much about this one as well. Roxy is dealing with a group of hooligans that are bullies. So probably some good lessons we can learn in there. Just Dance by Patricia McLaughlin. It says Just Dance is a novel about finding your own voice while learning to understand the people close to you. So sounds like kind of a family story. This is so cute. Look, The World According to Humphrey. This is told from the point of view of a hamster. So I think that will be cute as well. The Silver Balloon, 1997 Christopher Award winner. George releases a secret message into the sky. So this kid sends secret messages on balloons. So kind of like the message in the bottle vibes going on there. Should be super cute. The Adventures of a South Pole Pig. I think this sounds really funny. Flora's a diehard dreamer. She's never left the farm, but she knows she was born for adventure. She's determined to become a sled pig. I mean, I love it so much already. I just know it's gonna be hilarious. Yeah, I just can't wait to sit with my kids curled up on the couch and read some of these books. Like, is there a better way to teach? I don't think so. I'm so excited. I have wanted to do, I debated doing the kindergarten program, this program with my daughter last year while she was in kindergarten, but I decided the age ranges are 5 to 7, so I decided to push back a year so that I could wait until the twins were a little bit older to do it with us. But it was a hard wait. It was hard to do other things. I feel like I've been kind of stalling to get to this program. So I'm super excited for the books to finally be here, for me to kind of get organized and start planning for the next year. It's going to be fun. Okay, continuing on, Anna Hibiscus. We have listened to quite a bit of Anna Hibiscus audiobooks, and we haven't read any physical copies though, so I'm excited for this. Anna is a girl who lives in Africa, and it's just like her stories of her everyday life there and having little adventures, and I love that it teaches kids a little bit about a culture that is very far from our own. Okay, Dolphin Treasure and Dolphin Adventure. So these are 2 books that are included as well, the little dolphin stories. We've read a couple other dolphin books that my kids were pretty interested in, not by this author though. So those are included as well. A Grain of Rice by Helena Claire Pittman. This is a fantasy. A silver grain of rice turns a fortune into this clever classic. So, well, when was this written? It looks like it's an older one. Well, not that old, 1986. Although almost as old as me. That's kind of old. Fiction, fantasy, looks pretty cute. Okay, this is another like blast from the past for me. The Boxcar Children. You guys remember this? These kids, I don't know, they don't have parents. I don't remember why. I don't remember like the background of the story, but I do remember they end up living alone in this boxcar, and they are like super independent, taking care of themselves, and I remember loving it as a kid. So I'm super excited to start this series with them. There's a lot of books that go with it, so I'm sure if they like this, we will continue on for sure. I've heard a lot about My Father's Dragon. This is another one that I, like, it's on pretty much every, like, what early chapter book should I read to my kid? This book is on there, but I've held off because I saw it in the Sonlight list, and I figured at some point we'd be getting it with the curriculum, and it's in the kindergarten curriculum. So My Father's Dragon, I've heard really good things about it. It's a pretty short little chapter book. It has some cute illustrations in it, so that is on the list as well. Oh, I like this. Okay, so there's a couple books, like this is Feelings and the Please and Thank You book. And both of these I'm pretty excited about. I like that Sonlight includes just a wide variety of topics. And at this age, like basic manners is so important. And I think you, especially when you're homeschooling and you're not sending them to a public or private school where they're every day interacting with a bunch of different kids and a bunch of different people, it's just good to be constantly reminding them and constantly teaching them about manners and then practicing what you learn as well. So yeah, I think these are going to be great. Also, The Llama Who Had No Pajama. This is a poetry book, and I have never really been into poetry. I've never really gotten it, but I understand the importance of it, and I know that it can be super effective and is a super great way of communicating, and I want my kids to if they don't love it, at least understand it. So I love that at the kindergarten level, we're including just a bunch of different poetry of different kinds. I think this book is really sweet, seems really simple, has cute illustrations, and should be really fun to go through together. So that is the literature. So quite a few books there that we're going to be going through this year. I'm pretty excited. So now we're going to go through the readers. So let me grab them. Let's kind of get some of this stuff organized. Okay, so when you order the HBL-K, it automatically comes with kindergarten readers. But as I mentioned earlier, just due to the level of reading my daughter currently is, I decided to pay a little extra and get the grade 1 readers with the program. So it came with The Best Trick by Rebecca Lewis. And this is just looks like a pretty simple, like, you know, basic reader, first grade level. And then this is like a whole section of readers, all by the same author and publisher that came together. So we have I Can Read It, book 1. I Can Read It, book 2. I Can Read It, book 3. And then I Can Read It Wordless. So this is just a bunch of different words, common words that you can read and practice. And these are just short, your typical reader books. I don't know much to say about them. It's just they're basic standard readers. They seem like they will do the job. And then we have some more like fun readers, in my opinion. So books that I think my daughter will look more forward to reading to than the basic readers. But you have to have the basics, right? Like, I think the readers are going to be fun. Fine. Okay, A Big Ball of String. And then we have Put Me in the Zoo. And One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. Fly Went By. The Cat in the Hat. And Green Eggs and Ham. So yeah, these all seem fun. It seems like they're gonna be, wait, did I already say this one? Yes, I did. That's the readers that are included with the program. Now we're gonna do science. So I'll have to move it around this way and get a little bit organized. And then I'll touch on the instructor guide and a couple other things that I purchased as well. Okay, I think I got a little bit more organized. We're ready to talk about science. Science I'm so excited about. It was my favorite subject in school. I actually have a bachelor's degree in biology. So I'm super excited to get my kids started on hopefully love of science. And I think the Sonlight program is really set up to build that foundation. So like the rest of Sonlight, it comes with a bunch of different varieties of readers to go along with it, and then there's this big box of all the stuff you need to do all of the experiments. So yeah, let me show you the books first, then we'll talk a little bit more about the experiment book and stuff. Sonlight Science K covers a wide variety of topics. So we have these books on ants and bees and wasps, and then we're going to touch on weather a little bit, and rainforests and reptiles. I feel like it's just getting the kids like a little bit of taste of everything. We have this book, Science, where you're just finding out different things. So have you ever wanted to know what lightning is or discover why things fall to the ground? Now you can find out. So this is just like scientific facts and pictures and the history of scientific processes and just like little basics to get your kids just thinking about how things work around them. So I love this. Again, but it's not like full-on textbook. You know what I mean? Like, even science can be dry at times if you have like a big biology textbook and you're just like, read this and memorize a bunch of topics. And I feel like as Sonlight goes, there's just like this. Forces make things move. And it's more of a story format than a textbook format. So I think things like this are going to be really fun. So okay, we have that one, which we already talked about. We have From Seed to Plant by Gail Gibbons. And this is just a simple showing how you know, seeds turn into plants, but broken down with lots of colorful pictures. We have a Magic School Bus book that we're all excited when they saw this, because we have quite a few Magic School Bus books in our collection. So they were excited to see this, and it's a weather-related one. And why do elephants need the sun? I have no idea, so it'll be fun to find out that with my kids. And here is a little bit of nonfiction history mixed into the mix. So, Wangari's Tree of Peace, the true story from Africa. So, as a young girl in Kenya, Wangari is surrounded by trees. When she gets older, she sees trees being cut down. Wangari is afraid that soon all of the forest will be destroyed, so she decides to plant 9 seedlings. As they grow, so do her plans. So, true story of Wangari Maathai, environmentalist and winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, is a shining example of how one woman's passion, vision, and determination can inspire great change. So I love stuff like this. Just like how history and science all weave together. Super fun. Okay, then we have this kindergarten science experiments paper packet that I haven't even opened yet, but it goes with the science experiments that we're gonna do. And then this whole book of science experiments. So all different types of experiments and the instructions all laid out for you. One of the things I love is that it also came with a link. Like, I got an email with a digital link that has videos to all of the science experiments. And I think that is going to be super helpful, especially on weeks that are busy, because I don't have to know I have to know what's going on with the experiment, but sometimes it's nice to just have a visual way, like on YouTube, you know, be able to just see what's going on in front of you for those of us that are visual learners. So yeah, there's this video link and they do the full experiment for you, so you can watch it ahead of time. You can choose to do it on your own or with your kids, or maybe after you do the experiment and the kids really liked it, you can be like, hey, let's watch it again. Let's see how it compared to how they did it. So I think that that's going to be a really excellent resource. Also included is this science supplies kit. So this includes just like a bunch of random things that you will need to complete all of the science experiments. So it's, let's see if I can actually get it open. Here's the unboxing part of the video. And this is what the paper was that my kids were having a blast with. So you have everything from like little bouncy balls to little like foam packing materials and like just random things that I'm so glad I don't have to go collect. Cheese balls, like who knows what it is all for. Like a couple of balloons, so you know you don't have to go buy a whole pack of balloons, or some of the stuff you could find around your house, but like what are like sugar cubes. Like I'm glad I don't have to buy a whole bunch of all the stuff. It's all in here. I think there's some things that you still have to use as well, probably like, you know, pencils, paper, stuff like that, but for the most part it's all here, which I cannot say enough how happy I am about that. Okay, so that's everything that's included with the science for level K. Now let's talk about the other stuff. So both of these programs, so the HBL-K and the Science K, include instructor's guides. So the instructor's guides are all in here. Now, this book, you had to purchase, this binder, you had to purchase separately, okay? So I went back and forth between, I was like, do I really need to purchase their binder? Because it wasn't the cheapest binder. Like, you can definitely get a binder that's cheaper at Target. But I ended up deciding to purchase it because for the month of April, they're running a special that if you purchase the binder and just these programs, they'll put it all together for you. And they have like these tabs, and they have divided out all the weeks for you. So like let's go to a week. So like this is week 2. My level K schedule is here for history, Bible, literature. And then this is my reader schedule for the first grade readers they put in here. And then the science. So they broke it all down for me. So I'm kind of happy that I bought this book, because for this deal, it's nice that it is all organized by tab and I can go to each week and it's just all put together for me. Because otherwise the instructor's guides just come like, I believe in a packet like the science kits probably, like this, and you have to kind of break it all down and figure out how to organize it by yourself, which wouldn't have been a big deal, and I don't know what decision I would have made on this book, but I figure I only have to purchase it once, and that's why it's not included in the History Bible Literature package, because they don't want to have people purchasing these over and over, because it's solid, it's gonna last a long time. So I purchased it, I have it, it will be used for many years to come, hopefully. Okay, another thing that was included is the timeline figures. So the HBLK program came with these timeline figures. These are little figures that you're going to talk about throughout the program, like Daniel, Babylonian captivity, pioneers, just different topics, and they're sticky, so you can cut them out and stick them on a timeline. The timeline doesn't come with the program, okay? And that's another thing, because this timeline is used for multiple years. So they don't want to put the timeline in every program and then you're like you're like getting all these multiple timelines. So I did purchase one timeline. I decided not to purchase it for all three of my kids at this point. I feel like with their ages, it would be overkill. We're just gonna share this timeline. And it is just a big book that has a timeline on it. So as we go through these stickers, they'll be able to put them on. And I believe sometimes in the curriculum, it asks them to draw things on the timeline as well, like pictures or write words or things like that. We'll see how this goes as the time goes on. So we have this timeline for the duration of Sonlight, and then every different level that you get with Sonlight includes a different timeline figures. So like when we move up to the next level, there'll be different timeline figures that we'll just use with the timeline book that I purchased. Another thing that I purchased, this is I feel like where the initial investment in Sonlight got a little bit expensive, because after I paid after I had loaded the HBL-K and science into my cart, it was like, okay, I have this price, and then I was like, oh no, now I need to add these other things. But they are one-time purchases that should last, so hopefully a good investment. So I also bought this. It's like an erasable map. So it folds down really easy to store. It has the world on one side and the US of A on the other side. Aww. So, and then it came with these expo markers. It was like a pack that came together. So I do have a map behind me. So this was another purchase that I was like, do I really need that? But I do think it would be fun for my kids to be able to write and note on a map and make little notes for themselves. And I like that this folds up and I can just store it really easily, and we can pull it out and study it and then put it back in. So again, another initial investment, but one that should last throughout the program as we study more world history and US history. Should be good. I hope. I'm a little skeptical about how, no, I wouldn't say I'm skeptical. I just, it's hard spending. This program is not super cheap, So when it came down to these extra things, I'm like, am I really gonna need that? Am I really gonna use that? So I'll definitely keep you posted as the program goes and give my thoughts. I'll probably do a year-end review on, did you need this stuff? Did you not need this stuff? How useful was it? Okay, last thing that came with the program is create a calendar. So it just has these little calendar that you can go through and put in your holidays, and it talks about a different country every month. And I think there's a bunch of stickers. Yeah, there's a bunch of stickers you can put in just to kind of learn more about the calendar in a fun, interactive way. So I thought that was super cute as well. So that's it. That's a lot of stuff. I have a couple of shelves set apart, so I'm glad that I got this filming done, because now I can take it and get it all organized. I also purchased these little tabs, and they were only $3, but they are all the same color, like little tabs, and I think they say level K or something on them, so that you can put them on the spines of all the books and keep them all together. And I'm really excited about that. I did not hesitate long for that bonus purchase, because I was like, I just want to know all the books that go with the curriculum, because there's so many books in our house, and I can just picture child taking a book and like wandering over and reading it, and then it going upstairs, and I not remembering which books go with the curriculum and which books are regular books, and like I just wanted to have them all together. So those little tabs are on back order, but I definitely am going to put them all in the spine so that I can keep everything together. So yeah, that's all. That was a lot to go through. If you have any specific questions or want to see like a flip through of any of the individual books, or just want more information, or if I didn't get a close enough view for you, definitely let me know. And I'm gonna let you go for now. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I hope you take some time today to read a good book or two, specifically with your kids if you have them. Let's keep the love of reading going for the emerging generation. And if you are having a bad hair day, just wear a bandana. Bye.